right. What's up? Excuse me. What's up, everybody? It's Windbreaker here. I got off the Pacific Crest Trail 3 days ago, and I'm in my room putting all my stuff away and cleaning up, and I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to do a quick gear video. I guess we'll see how quick it is, but yeah, I thought I'd do a gear video. So I have exploded my pack, albeit slightly neatly, and I'll go over a couple of these things, or all of them. Go over all these things with you. Okay, so this is pretty much the totality of my gear. Different things were used at different times in different environments. Like, for example, going through the desert, I did not need crampons or a dry bag. So things like that. So I'll just go through all of these. I started off with a Gregory Paragon 58 liter backpack. Worked very well. Not the lightest thing at about 3.5 pounds, but it's very nice. It's got a nice suspension system, lets the air get to my back. Adjustable, it's an aluminum frame, and it sat at right on my hips, which was really nice. So the added structure kind of compensated for the weight. What's next? Okay, this was my food bag. When I was not in the Sierras, high Sierras, this is what I would put my food in. Woven Kevlar, so what they make bulletproof vests out of. And you tie it shut and then tie it to something, and even bears can't get it. So that was pretty good. That would hold 7 days of food, of pasta and rice and things like that, snacks, bars, oatmeal, things like that. Okay, we'll go here. So while we're on the topic of food, this is my multi-tool. A lot of people gave me a bunch of guff for it because it's pretty heavy. It's pretty hefty, probably about a pound, almost a pound. But I like being prepared, and everybody was always asking me to use it. So I'm glad I brought it. Then we have Carmex chapstick, right? Your lips get dry. They get sunburnt in the snow, and it's dry in the desert. Sunscreen, also essential. Protect yourself, always. Always. See, here I have fuel canister. That's self-explanatory. This is a stove, E-Tech City, pretty light, pretty cheap. This is a Toaks 1 liter titanium pot, pretty lightweight, and protective little bag for it. Toothpaste, toothbrush, all that stuff, essential. Extra Ziploc bag, some Schedule 3 stuff. Let's see. This was a sewing kit. I did have to, oh, you're upside down. I did have to use that once, but, and I'm glad I had it. I would recommend nylon thread because that is stronger than cotton thread. But things break, pants tear, shirts tear, backpacks rip, so it's nice to have something to be able to fix these things with. Okay, this is a mosquito net. Put it around your head. Very useful in the high Sierras. Actually, once the snow melts, the mosquitoes get really bad because there's a lot of standing water. But where there's snow, you're pretty good. Compass. I used a GPS mostly for navigation, an app on my phone, and that worked really well. I did use the compass several times, but just to practice. So I could get rid of that presumably. The trade-off is then you are completely relying on your phone and battery and GPS, so you better have all of that locked in if you do. Fork, only need one utensil. Small pen, only need one pen. Solar charger was great. I started off, I brought a solar charger and an extra battery. I soon realized I only needed one, so threw that out. It was 10, 12 ounces, something like that, so pretty good weight. Flashlight is essential. Some camp shoes. Walking around, I didn't have camp shoes for a good amount of time, and it sucked in the snow. I lost the feeling in my feet. Poop shovel, that's essential. Bandana, use it for anything. Bug spray, essential up there. You will not have a good time if you don't have bug spray. I like to get the DEET free lemon eucalyptus stuff, but it's strong. It's strong. Don't be putting it on your hands and then eating dinner, because you will not enjoy your dinner. Okay, 2 1-liter water bottles, skinny ones. Smart Water works, Life Water works. They fit well in the side pockets. Sawyer Squeeze for a filter, pretty lightweight. Works very well. I have a Z-Lite as a sleeping pad. Works quite well. Got the job done. Not the most comfortable, but for the weight, and it's comfortable enough. It's great. I love it. These were my trekking poles, and this one you can see has an ice pick on it here. It's called a Whippet. Got duct tape and athletic tape for blisters and whatnot right there. But it's very useful in the Sierras, although I do wish that I had had an ice axe at some points. Maybe 1 ice axe and 1 trekking pole would have done the trick. Okay, we're kind of getting to the end of the segment here. This stuff is all pretty much Sierra related. Mittens, big mittens. I could have definitely gone with something smaller, but these did the trick. Got down into the high teens up there several days. Rope, this was for river crossings and for rescue. Didn't have to use it, but it was nice to have, a good thing to have in the high Sierras. Crampons, a little more than a pound. Definitely useful. A lot of people I knew used micro spikes, and they got through just fine. Dry sack, we had to cross quite a lot of rivers. So this is, let's see, Ascend, 10 liters, and you just fold this top part down and then clip it together like that. And that was useful. I was quite glad I had that. We crossed some rivers. I threw all my down jacket and actually my puffy jacket and sleeping bag in there, so to protect it. And then you want a grocery bag in the high Sierras for your boots, because they will get wet if you're walking through snow, and if it drops below freezing at night, you will wake up in the morning with frozen boots, which is not the funnest thing. Putting your feet into cold, icy boots in the morning before you gotta walk 15 miles over mountain passes. But anyways, a couple more things. These are the shoes that I wore. I wore 2 pairs of shoes. These ones are Vask Trail Benders. They worked very well for me. A little pricey, but they were nice. I got no blisters in the first 2 weeks, which was nice while all my friends were dying of blisters. These are also some Vask boots. I don't know what they're called. They worked pretty well. I almost wish that I'd had some mountaineering boots, some heavier duty, because these are pretty light duty, as you can see. A lot of people had Hamvags, which those looked pretty good, or like La Sportiva boots, things like that. But these have 1,000 miles on them. They still look pretty good. They held up pretty well. And these got me 700 miles from the border to Kennedy Meadows. And there's also some Super Feet insoles in there. Those also help quite a bit. Last things, this is my puffy jacket, Nano Puff by Patagonia. Worked quite well. I was very satisfied with it. Mosquitoes can't get through it. Kept me very warm. And this is just an old sleeping bag that I have that I used. It is the REI Zephyr. It's a 20 degree rated bag. But let's see. 20 degrees, but it's a little old. It's about 7 years old. So it may have degraded since then. But it worked for me. There was a couple nights I was kind of cold with all my clothes, but it was survivable. and some people do it much less protected. So that's pretty much it. That's a quick overview of most of my gear. Yeah, I would say going through the desert, and after we got out of the high Sierras and could drop all of our heavy snow gear, crampons, gaiters. I did have some gaiters as well. They're in the hamper. Mittens, dry bag, things like that. My pack weight did drop by quite a bit. So at the end, I was probably hiking with 28 pounds, 30 pounds. Felt quite nice. The lighter you go, the easier it is. That is definitely true. But, in the Sierras, it may have gotten into the, well, heaviest I left town with my pack was 57 pounds. So it gets heavy. Do your best to lighten up. But I streamlined it since then, and this is a pretty good setup. So just an example for you guys who are going out of some of the things that you need. You don't need a lot. And take care of yourself. So yeah, that's it, and thank you for watching. All right.